This is the slowest I've ever seen a peloton riding in the last 3 kilometers. I don't know what was going on, but it's why I love sprint stages. It's why I think they're some of the best stages in cycling at the moment. This was the 4th stage of the AlUla Tour, finishing in the famous Hegra UNESCO site, 173 kilometers long. We did have crosswinds earlier, so pre-coverage it was very fast with cross tailwinds, big splits, GC riders all over the place, and they were ahead of schedule, so when coverage started there was only 40 Ks or so to go, but it looked much more relaxed. Tudor were on the front, Bahrain there as well. We could see the direction was cross headwind, so when riders tried to split it, you just look at the angle or the way they're fighting their bikes against the wind. It's cross headwind, which is less conducive to splitting it. But the big news yesterday concerned this man's team, Fernando Gaviria, who has been a non-factor in these sprints. They're going to the Tour de France instead of the Unibet Rockets. What do you think of that decision to give Cajo the Tour de France invite? Sergio Higuita, he was one GC rider who apparently, according to the live tracker, was off the back when their early splits, but he made it back. But 24 Ks to go. When you see the peloton fanned across the road like this, it usually means there's a strong headwind, and that is the case. Remember the Jasper Philipsen headwind finished the UAE Tour stage a few years ago where he got off the bike. They were going so slowly. But through this corner, there's a change of direction. Modern Adventure Pro Cycling do light it up to see, okay, what if the directions change when they come out of the corner? But it seemed to still be cross headwind when they exited the corner. And after trying to split it, nothing happened. It chills out again. And then we have, Kiffin go off the front for Terengganu. He goes into a late breakaway, into a headwind. Don't envy him for that. And it's very, very chill and controlled by Tudor Pro Cycling for Voisard behind, who's their GC leader. But tomorrow, bonus seconds, he can definitely still lose GC quite comfortably, even if he finishes in the lead group. But this is 3.3 Ks to go. 3 Ks to go. Look at their body position. Look at how soft they are on the pedals. Look how they're chatting. Some guys are eating. Did the riders not know where they were? That's what I was thinking, because Milan starts shaking his head afterwards. Did they not know because there's no, corners or anything? It's one corner every 40 Ks. Did they not really know where they were? It's almost like they didn't know there was 2 Ks to go. Vermarker's speaking to Jan Christen. I mean, he's out of GC. They don't have a sprinter anymore with Stella crashing out. And so I guess they would just chill at the back in a headwind. It doesn't matter. But it just seemed like they didn't know where they were. Or the alternative explanation is every single DS said, sit behind, is a very strong headwind. There's one corner, it's not technical, and then with 2 Ks to go, you see Jan Christen start sprinting up. Now, maybe he's just doing his own thing, but then you see Modern Adventure Pro Cycling start sprinting, and then Jayco accelerate, and then other teams, Bahrain accelerate. So maybe, you'll see it come into shot in a second, maybe the directors all told the riders, 2 Ks to go is when you actually need to start accelerating and doing something. There's absolutely, and you see the sign. They would have seen that, before we saw it, obviously, because of the camera angle. They then all decided to do that, and then it creates one big rush to the front all at the same time. Whereas probably if you were just sat where Cofidis were, that's not a bad position on the inside, although we do have a left-hand corner coming up soon, so there is going to be a washing effect. I'm going to really analyze what happened with the Trek train here. So they're in a good position. Like, Modern Adventure are going to pull off, Jayco are then going to go forward. That will create space on the inside for them to move up, and then with the headwind, Jayco will be, they'll be too early probably. The problem is there's no one in front of Consoni. So Consoni's not blocking that space to his left, and that allows Cofidis to come up underneath, and Consoni's the final man, so they needed the bigger unit Certifist to break that wind. And then when the next camera angle changes, you see that Kirsch has come up on the inside of them because they've left that space because Consoni didn't want to eat the wind because, as I said, he's the final man, and now they're boxed, and we have a left-hand corner coming up. So they've got no exit on the left, and then Cofidis have squeezed them off the train of Jayco, and now right is a whole mess, and also riders are not peeling off because of the headwind, so you're fighting a very fresh peloton. Now they try to find that Milan goes to the Bahrain train. He's trying to find the exit to the right side. It is the correct way to go. He saves himself by going this way. The problem is Certifist and Consoni get detached from him. Certifist needed to be in front of Consoni and and Milan. Then we've got this left-hand corner coming up. You see, it's still a fine position, but the problem is Milan gets detached from Consonni. So Jayco going to go left, and yeah, Malucelli, I don't know if it was luck. I don't think so. I think it's pretty easy to spot Milan in the peloton. His whole goal for this final, and he's a smart rider. I remember he won a Tour of Turkey stage or a car stage last year. I listened to the interview, and he's like, "Yeah, I got no power. All I can do is hit the slipstream of a big rider and slingshot in the last 50 meters," and that's how he won a stage last year. But you see, on the exit, where Milan is, I mean, this is no disaster. He's got Consonni 3 wheels in front of him. It's 500 plus to go. It's a strong headwind. Jayco are early. The problem is Consonni doesn't really know where he is. He's looked right, he's looked left. He can't see him left. And ideally, Consonni would bring Milan up with their x-axis reversed. You want the wind's coming from the right-hand side, and you want Milan to be a bit sheltered from the right-hand side, but he's actually got his wheel overlapping right to Consonni, but still here, it's salvageable. But then Bauhaus goes, and Milan has his wheel on the wrong side of Consonni, so then he has to sprint right at 200 to go. But 200 is a long way in a headwind sprint. 100 meters to go, Malucelli comes out of the wheel, and it's not even close. Beats Milan, who had to do too much out of that left-hand corner. But you see here, like, Malucelli's just locked in, tracking that wheel of Milan the whole way, fights off for a time for it. And here, yeah, ideally Milan gets slotted onto the wheel of Bauhaus and got brought up a little bit sheltered, but they were detached out of the corner. He starts his sprint, sits down because he realizes, oh, this is actually a long way. Malucelli, he's waiting. The key was he didn't come out of the draft too early. He waited until like 85 meters to go to really launch, and then just did like 5 hard pedal strokes. And he wins by a bike length, and that's why I love sprinting, because anyone can win on any day. Malucelli ahead of Johnny Milan. Here's what he had to say after the stage.
The first day, the legs was not so good, but was normal after 3 months without race to everybody. The legs was not super good. The second day already was better, and today the legs was perfect. This finish line are really good for me, because I like all straight without corner. I take the wheel of Milan and I pass him in last 100 meter.
Because yeah, today you beat the guy who everybody thought was unbeatable, Jonathan Milan. It means a lot to beat a rider like that and to show that you are the best today.
Yes, for 10 years like pro, I finished a lot of time second behind the big champion, and I needed one time in front of there. Today there was Milan. I won in front of Milan. For me, this is the best victory of my life. And I hope to be in the top sprinter in the world now.
You'd never see that in climbing or GC. You'd never see like the 20th best climber beat the best or the second best climber on a long mountaintop finish. But in sprinting, split-second mistakes mean it's possible. Hope you enjoy the video. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.